spite of all the DC dysfunction, stocks as a whole are actually just a few percentage points away from their all-time highs. But even that heady stat does not impress your next guest. He is Mark Favre, author of the Gloom, Boom, and Doom Report, and the celebrated market contrarian, and he joins us now by phone. Mark, by the time that...
Celebrated market contrarian. Who the hell's celebrating this guy? If you've listened to him, he's kept you out of the stock market. You've missed out on nearly 200% gains since 2009 from the NASDAQ, or 160 from the S&P, or 150 from the Dow. Celebrated? I don't know what you're watching, kid, but you need to get your head out of your ass, because you're clueless.
This airs, we could indeed have a debt deal right now as we tape this. It is still in flux. Would a deal of any kind, no matter how it looks, change your views on equities?
Of course not. We have a phony economy, he's going to say. Oh, equities are too high.
Actually, I tell you, the world is upside down, and I think that basically any deal is not favorable from a longer-term perspective because it allows the U.S. government to spend more.
Yeah, keep printing money. Remember, this is a guy who's coming to you live from the countryside of Thailand. Okay? He's in Thailand. You know Thailand? That's like the sex tourist's #1 destination. Especially some people who like to have sex with underage lady boys and girls. That's where people go. Now, not everybody goes to Thailand for that, but that is the #1 hotspot for inexpensive sex. Okay? Anyway, I don't know what Faber's doing there in terms of his sex life, but I do know this. He is coming to you live from a third world country in Asia, in the countryside. What the hell is CNBC doing, airing the views of some clown who has a shitty track record who lives in Thailand? Who the hell wants to hear what this guy has to say? I'd like to hear someone from the U.S., not some clown like Peter Schiff, someone with a good track record. Oh, I forgot. You can't air someone who's credible and has no bias, has a good track record, because you're not going to confuse the audience or steer them towards the companies you advertise. That's the whole purpose of CNBC, right? Is to confuse and mislead its audience so that the advertisers can make money from new business. Getting new business, Charles Schwab, E-Trade, Ameritrade, they generate more business because CNBC confuses investors. They trade more, investors blow up, and they call up Merrill Lynch. They call up Bank of America. They call up Goldman Sachs. They call up all these other brokerage firms. You see how it works, folks? That's the deal. It's about providing you with Kim Kardashian-style economic and investment insight. Garbage insight. And that's just the fact.
And someone, somewhere, at some point will have to pay for it. It will be either through more inflation, through more money.
Yeah. Sometimes someone's going to have to pay. It's going to be a price to pay at some point. At some point. We don't know when. It's coming. Just like Peter Schiff. The real crash is coming. It's coming. I don't know when. It's coming. In the meantime, give me your money. I'll invest it for you. And buy my books. Right? I mean, come on. Jesus Christ. At this point, if you fall for these idiots, then you just deserve to lose your money.
Privatization through more inflation, but there is always a price for whatever happens. And
you know, I would like to know the price that there is for con artists luring innocent people, naive people, people that are low IQ, old ladies. I'd like to know what the price is for ruining their retirement base, for destroying their assets by instilling fear into their blood. You've got them panicking so much with the collapse of the U.S. and all the lies. I would like to know what type of penalty a person would face for that type of fraud. Will they burn in hell? You'd better believe they will. Anyway, I can't listen to this stupid moron. This guy's an idiot. He's a complete idiot.